KXSF LP San Francisco. You're listening to KXSF Live here on your favorite radio station, 102.5 FM on the FM, and then, of course, KXSF.FM online. We're here in the studio. This is KXSF Live with Hollow Minds. You guys want to talk into your mics a little bit? Make sure we can hear you.
Hey, I'm Mira.
Hey, I'm Nez.
I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Adrian.
And yeah, we're Hollow Minds. We're an SF-based alt-rock band. We're super excited to be here.
Awesome. Let's launch in. Let's hear your first song. Thanks for being here.
Watch me dress at night. Feel my body reflecting their eyes, and I come up short every time. They promised that I would grow out of it. They promised, but I'm still scared of the dark. So when there's no word for the market, always jumping at loud noises. Oh, when they catch me
Hollow Minds, thanks so much for being in the studio with us today. Those are a great couple of first songs. That was Poor and Wrong Bus Stop, right?
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate having the set list in front. It's very helpful. So you guys have, these are both songs from a new EP you guys put out, Kiss Me Goodnight.
Yeah.
Can you say more about that EP? How'd
Yeah.
that come about?
So I started writing that before Hollow Minds got together as a band. I wrote most of those songs kind of just like by myself in my bedroom, and made demos of them. And once they were ready to be out in the world, I started asking my friends if they wanted to be in a band with me. And Nez said that they were down. And then we found Adrian on Craigslist, and we started practicing those songs so that we could re-record them all together. And we did that kind of in the winter in a little box that we built in Adrian's basement, also together. That was like the first thing we did together as a band. We met Adrian and we said, let's build a little soundproof box in your garage. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it was really cool, really fun. And yeah, we did all the recording and mixing ourselves. And that was challenging, but also really fun and rewarding. And it, I think it really feels like we got to do every part of it, and it really like has our soul in it. So it's very exciting to have it out in the world.
That's awesome. So this is a very new project then.
Yeah.
You guys started like, is that less than a year ago? Am I getting the timeline right?
Yeah. We started playing together like at the start of last fall, I would say. Our first show was December or something.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you found your way to KXSF.
Yeah.
I saw you guys also played at the Golden Gate Cart band shell recently.
Yeah. That was a really cool experience. I feel like, I've just like grown up seeing shows there, and honestly, I can't even count how many times I've walked past and seen bands performing there. So it's just really cool to be like, wow, that was us. No, do you guys have anything to add?
Bandshell is so cool.
Yeah, it
it's
was
such
really
a
fun.
treat. I mean, Golden Gate Park is just like the most magical place, I think, in the whole wide world. So to get to be a part of a little speck of that was really special for us.
Yeah, I think that all of us really feel like we're a very like San Francisco band. Like living in San Francisco is important to us. We love the city, and so it's really cool to get to be part of stuff like that. That's just like very quintessential San Francisco experience,
That's great. I mean, I love San Francisco. I was born and raised here. I'm still here. We're doing this community radio thing here in San Francisco, so I'm glad you feel the same about it.
Yeah.
There's a great spot I'll probably play later where Lee Fields is talking about how much he loves San Francisco and all the windmills on the way in. And
Yeah.
I'll probably play that towards the end of the hour. Let's see. In terms of musical influences and inspirations, what are your biggest ones? And this can be different for different members of the band, too.
Yeah. You know what? You guys answer this. I want to know.
Go on, Nez.
Man, I feel like I'm the absolute worst person to be in a band with in terms of musical influence, because I don't know, I feel like I listen to music really slowly, which I think in the digital age is maybe less common. Like I really stick with an album for years sometimes and really like love that album. I mean, I think I was just a really like teen scene kid wannabe, and so I feel like some of that's coming out these days, but I also listen to a lot of funk and psych rock and soul, so I feel a lot all over the place. And I think music for me, I feel very lucky. It feels very intuitive in certain things, and I think something that's really special about this EP that we wrote was that like Mira wrote all of it, like for a lot of the different parts, or at least most of it. And then like the little twinklings, like I feel like the EP grew so much adding the little bits when all of us recorded
I
it.
definitely agree.
Now I'm just on a tangent, but I feel like the absolute worst in terms of influences. I'm like, shoot, I don't know. Just sitting around and thinking of melodies, I guess, is my influence. But yeah, somebody else talk now.
Yeah. I think for me, there's definitely some obvious ones. Like, I love, like, Green Day, Avril Lavigne, like, all sorts of pop-punk adjacent stuff. I also take a lot of inspiration songwriting-wise from, like, Mitski and Japanese Breakfast and St. Vincent. I would say those are actually three really big ones for me. And I've noticed that sometimes that surprises people a little bit. I think, like, sonically, maybe it doesn't come through as much, but I feel like I'm a very lyrics-focused songwriter, and so for me,
that's really like what the music is about. And I love all sorts of different genres. So it's like I write the song because I have something to say, and sonically it could be all sorts of different things, right? Like I sometimes will rewrite the same song in a few different styles to see which one I like or something like that. I think that part is I'm more neutral to it. It's all about the words and the message that I have for me personally. And I love how those writers write their lyrics. So
Yeah, that's a really cool approach to do it in different styles and see what works best.
yeah, it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done it in more than like 2 styles.
It's easy to get stuck. Like once you've heard it one way, then it's like that's how it goes in your head, you know? But
Yeah.
I feel like whenever I push myself to do that, I usually learn at least something interesting from it, you know? Even if
Yeah.
I end up going with the original thing that I wrote, it's, yeah.
Totally. Maybe there's one guitar part that, oh, I'll just take it over from that. version.
Yeah, exactly. Right. What about you?
Yeah. I feel like I also listen to a lot of different genres. And, you know, some of the like bass players and musicians that I like the most maybe don't necessarily come out in our music, but, you know, I think it is there a little bit. Like, I feel very inspired by like funk bassists and, you know, but I think our music ends up being more sort of that grungy garage rock sound, and you know, I do draw inspiration from that sort of genre as well.
I feel like that's often the case, actually. I've noticed that when you read about who people say their influences are, like, for the music that I like best, a lot of the time
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, I don't hear that at all. That's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really common. I
Yeah.
mean, when people ask me my influence as a songwriter, I usually am like, well, these are the people I like.
Mm-hmm.
And does it sound like that? I don't know.
Mhm.
Well, for me, I started playing drums because I started listening to Tool when I was really young,
Yeah.
and they're pretty badass. I love like heavy music, like Gojira, Trivium, a lot of metal bands, but I also love a lot of different styles of music. Anyone who's got a good drummer. So like the Daft Punk Random Access Memories album has this famous session drummer, Omar Hakim, who's a monster. And you know, if I could play like that, I'd be so happy. So yeah, I just try and bring like a heavy sound to Hollow Minds that fits the music, you know, when it calls for it. So, but a lot of inspiration, usually on the heavier side.
Yeah, I definitely hear that for sure. Well, let's see. Let's see if the listeners out in Radioland can find any of those influences in the next few songs you all play.
As we go into probably our latest 2 songs.
Yeah, right. Well, there we go. You can hear the other stuff. The funk and the psych rock and everything else.
This one's called Awake.
You lean into me, and it's keeps hurting even when your eyes are closed. You don't make a sound living in your shrinking apartment. You're worrying yourself down to the bone, but you're all out of fight that you never really had to start with. All the water's been drying up around here. I know that it's the desert, but it still seems worse than last year. Don't you think it does? Don't you think it does? Aren't you getting tired pretending this is good enough? We could watch the stars suffocating the city lights. We could watch the stars while they watch us imitate light. So let's go and hit the curtain and inside run out. Something else will make its home right where your brain was. Spill my thoughts in the place right where I planted my doubts. I didn't really wanna have to find out what I'm made of. All those promises wasted over with more fears. I know it's just a moment, but it still seems worse than last year. Don't you think it does? Don't you think it does? Aren't you getting tired pretending this is good enough? We could watch the stars suffocating the city lights. We could watch the stars while they watch us imitate light. Don't you think it does? Aren't you getting tired pretending this is good enough? We could watch the stars suffocating the city lights. We could watch the stars while they watch us imitate light. The fog rolls in slow and it waits for us to realize that we're out of time.
So what was that song called?
That was called Imitate Life. That song actually is really old. It's older than the other songs on the EP. We have not. Yeah, I wrote it a long time ago. We think we will probably put it on our first full-length album that we're working on right now. It's about just the political situation, really. And I think a lot of the songs that we're writing now for our first album are about that. That was something that really brought all of us together, that we all felt frustrated about what's going on in the world. And it's kind of, it was almost a little hard to put out the EP because those songs were not about that and started to just feel a little irrelevant to me, you know? But we decided, okay, we got to do it. We made the songs. Let's just put them out there. And going forward, I think that's just mostly what's on our mind as a band and as individuals. So,
Cool. I definitely feel that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is good to have those songs that you have out are really good as well. And it's important to have the rest of life also.
Yeah.
It goes on as all this crazy stuff happens.
Totally.
around us,
I think
so
that's an important
super valid.
perspective.
Like,
Yeah.
I definitely recommend everyone listening check out their EP. It's Kiss Me Goodnight, and the band is Hollow Minds, if you just tuned in. I wanted to ask you guys also, speaking of Hollow Minds. How did that band name come about? Is there a story
I wish
there?
we had a better story. It was harrowing choosing a band name. I mean,
It always is.
yeah, we just were like, we made a big list of possible ones, and honestly, we were looking to see which ones were already taken. A lot of the ones that we liked, there were already some cool bands out there with those names, and
Yeah.
we were like, okay, that's a no-go. The original, like, name that we kind of had in mind for the project before I like met everyone and before the band got together was Space Cadet, and that's like super taken by a million people, and so we decided, okay, that's not the name, but I do feel like Hollow Minds kind of actually evokes the same. It has the same energy.
Like, and we are all quite hollow-minded.
Yeah, I think
in our
so.
different ways. Like,
Nice.
the fact that we get to all of these different logistical places and we get there on time is always a treat for us.
Yeah.
It took all 4 of our Hollow Minds to get us here today. On time.
Well, I'm very glad you made it.
Yes, we are too.
Do you guys play in any other bands? Are you like connected to other bands in the scene through that, or
No,
this is your one
I-
project?
no.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's only room for one band in my whole mind, at least. It's just it's a lot of carrying stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. That was the most surprising part about it for me. This is my first project. I've never been in a band before,
Cool.
so
Oh, it's exciting.
yeah, it's very exciting. And I'm very lucky to get to do it with these people. But a lot of carrying stuff, a lot of moving the amps around. I think that it could be cool to be in another project though. So if anyone listening is looking for a guitar player, let me know.
Yeah, I often ask that question because a lot of people in the scene are in like 3,
Right.
4, 5 different bands, even not able to 6 people, 6 bands. People
Yeah.
have responded. I'm like, that's probably too many. Like at that point, it's like
Yeah,
it's
there's
taking
a
over your life.
balance.
But it can be fun to play other people's music and understand that as well. It brings different energy to it.
Yeah.
But you probably have some shows with other bands coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Want to run those down if it fits in Hollow Mind?
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that, Ness?
Yeah, if there's any Petaluma folks listening, we're playing at the Phoenix this Friday with a lovely queer lineup for Pride. This Friday at the Phoenix in Petaluma. And then our biggest one that we're really excited about is on July 30th. That's our big next one, and it's going to be at El Rio in San Francisco, my personal favorite bar in the city. So we're really stoked to play there. It's going to be a benefit show where all the ticket sales are going to go to the Transgender Cultural District's Riot Fund here in San Francisco, and we're
That's
really
awesome.
excited to play that show with our friends Gusset and Wonderland
Rejects.
Wonderland
yeah.
Rejects,
That's also
yeah.
a very gay lineup.
Yeah.
And also we're playing Ivy Room, right?
Oh, yeah. We are
On-
playing Ivy Room on July
15th,
15. Mm-hmm.
I think.
That sounds right.
There you
But-
go. You've reached the capacity of the Hollow Minds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that show and I thought that was funny because you're playing with Minds Without a Face, who
Uh-huh.
have sort of a
Are we-
similar theme to
oh,
their
Oh,
names.
that's
cool. Yeah.
fun.
That is
And
funny.
they've been on the program twice actually. They're one of the few bands who've been
Oh,
on twice so
cool.
far. So I was
And
like,
then
ah.
I think Teeth on Wheels is also on that bill as well. So
That's
just,
a big one. There's a lot of bands on
it's
that.
going to be a fun
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
That's one of those Bang the Bay shows that
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Lee from Elegant Trash
Yeah.
puts on,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lee's awesome.
Yeah. Shout out Lee. Let's see. Okay, I asked you about shows. But what would your dream band be to open for, or dream
Oh my
lineup to be a part of?
gosh. For me, it's Cherry Glazer. Actually, that was really easy, but
Cherry Glazer, if you're listening.
yeah.
Yeah. Slutney would be
Oh,
good.
Slutney. Slutney's awesome. That
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe that could happen. That's
Yeah,
like,
that's-
that's a dream, but maybe achievable.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be
Yeah.
impossible. It can just be a dream that's
Yeah.
like
J-Som would be awesome for me
Mm.
personally. Would love.
In my wildest dreams, it's Mitski, even though that doesn't
Oh my
really make any
God.
sense. But I don't know.
You can
we
dream
could just
big,
have
you're
a penny
allowed.
of her time.
Yeah.
I'll throw a turnstile in there. That would
Oh
be a fun
yeah.
show. You'd be the
Somebody's got to
opener,
say
opener,
turnstile
opener.
on the radio.
100%. And I guess similar question. I always like to ask, who do you hope is listening to this show right now?
That's a great question. Honestly, people who like to go to shows in the SF and in the Bay Area, I hope they're listening because I know that they're out there. We are finding them slowly but surely, but I just think it's really special to like connect with other people that really care about live music, local music, other people who are in local bands. Like a lot of what we're doing is, I think, kind of like for that, like for them and for that community. Like I think we're all really local music, DIY minded people, and yeah, I just want to meet other people who are doing the same stuff we're doing, really.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you're in the perfect place for it. We have such a great community of bands here in the Bay Area. And many of them, I'm sure, listen to this program. It's, you know, if they're listening to KXSF, they probably like local music.
Yeah, totally.
And actually, speaking of that, I should, we're about the halfway mark here, so I should mention who's playing the program coming up. I'll just run it down real quick. Next week, we have Aranya, also known as Aranya Grande. Then on the 21st of June, we have Palace of Fine Arts. The 28th is Amy Obensky, who's a singer-songwriter. July 5th, we have Voco, who includes the drummer who is in Yam, for those who are listening to that show. And then on the 12th, it's Remedy Feeling. So there you go. There's your PSA of upcoming bands. And if anyone listening is interested in playing on the radio, you can do it Hollow Minds did, and you can email kxsflive@kxsf.fm. And our wonderful sound engineer, Scott, the Ocean Beach Bomber, will probably see that email, and we'll get you on the air. We're booked out pretty far at this point. It's like until October, but hit us up. Okay. Do you guys want to play some more music?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Always.
Just What does that mean? Stop and try to play the hero, and I know it made a scene. When I sleep, I'll make it in somebody else's dream. Stop and try to play the hero, and I know why. I know why. I'm the one who made a scene.
Can we tune real quick?
No tuning allowed. Yeah, of course. Go ahead. And I'll quickly let our radio folks know about our sponsor, our lovely sponsor here, Paceline Law.
Programming on KXSF is brought to you in part by Paceline Law, the Bay Area's lawyer for bike people. If you've been injured in a bike or pedestrian accident and need legal help, Paceline Law is on your side. For more information, you can visit pacelinelaw.com. KXSF would like to thank Paceline Law for supporting San Francisco Community Radio.
What do you get when you support KXSF San Francisco Community Radio? You get youth radio, long in the tooth radio, at times loud and uncouth radio. You get public affairs, you get musical chairs, you get music for all shapes and sizes, even squares. Don't let local independent radio go the way of the buffalo. Donate to KXSF. Go to kxsf.fm/support and click on the donate button. Thank you for your support.
And we're back with Hollow Minds here in KXSF Live in our studio here, broadcasting from the wonderful Sutro Tower. All right. Do y'all have some more songs for us?
Cool. Yeah, we got one more.
All
it's
right.
called Kiss Me Goodnight.
Oh, yeah, I know this one.
Just your footsteps.
That's a great song.
Thank you. I think that's my favorite. Well, I like Scene a lot too, but those two.
Yeah. How did you come up with that song? What was in your mind as you were writing it?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question because that's like the least autobiographical song.
Oh yeah.
The rest of them are like very about my life and my feelings. This one was a little bit more abstract. It's not really about a real relationship I had. But I took some, like, I guess, imagery from different parts of my life. Like that first verse about where the lyrics are, you keep reading about the earthquake. It's coming soon. That's actually just about like a friend who has a lot of anxiety about like the big one. They're not from California and they're just like really afraid of earthquakes. And it really wasn't in the context of like a breakup or romantic relationship at all. But I just kind of like took that picture and I thought that was like an interesting little piece of imagery to kind of like build a story around. And that was the start of it, I would say.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And a very San Francisco song.
Yeah.
Are you guys all from San Francisco or from around California or?
I'm from South Bay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from Fairfield, so not
Nice.
too far.
I'm from Minnesota. Don't you know?
I'm from New York City.
Cool. So from all over the country. That's cool. Where in the South Bay? I used to live down there.
I'm from Los Gatos.
Los Gatos. Oh yeah. My vocal teacher lives there.
Oh, cool.
Cool little suburb there. Are you up here now?
Yeah, we live in San Francisco now.
Cool.
I think
Yeah.
all of us, Adrian lives in South SF.
Yeah.
And I went to school at Berkeley, so I've kind of just been around the Bay my
Yeah.
whole life pretty much.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. I used to live in San Jose, and it definitely felt a lack of like a music scene there.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a punk scene and a metal scene, but that wasn't my thing. So.
Yeah.
But here, obviously, everything is happening. If you're anywhere in the East Bay or in SF, like there's so much going on.
Totally. Yeah. I think there is. San Jose is kind of interesting because it's like, I actually think it is there. It's just really hard to find. And it's definitely happening more in people's basements and like in restaurants.
Totally.
You know, stuff like that. But yeah, I feel glad to live in SF where there's just like a lot of venues, a lot of bands, a lot of things going on all the time. It's pretty cool.
Do you have like a dream venue you want to play around here?
It was Bottom of the Hill, and then we played there.
Nice.
So,
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Just
it
in
was
time too.
yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it was a really fun show. And I don't know. What do you think the next venue is?
I'd be excited about Rickshaw. I've seen some
Yeah.
of my favorite shows at Rickshaw.
Yeah.
Love that place so much.
I love Cafe du Nord. That'd be cool.
Oh, that's
I
another
haven't been
one.
there yet.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Something that my friend Melody, who is also a DJ here, likes to ask is, what's your favorite place to get food before the show?
Oh my gosh, whatever's closest. I don't know. You guys
I
have
love a
specific-
taco. I love a
Yeah.
pre-show taco.
Yeah.
Because I also usually end up having a hard time eating before shows, just the little like butterflies in your
For sure.
tummy. It's
Totally.
like my body's not normal that whole day
Yeah.
until after our set's done. But I always want a taco. So, and I think we live in a really good
Yeah.
place to always want a taco.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and if we're really lucky, then the venue has food. We can just get food there. It's always nice.
Yeah.
Definitely. Shout out to venues that have food. I wish more did.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Well, let's see. Maybe this can be a different answer for each of you, but how did you start playing music? Like, what got you into it in the first place?
I would say, like, I was like a big band nerd when I was in school. Like, I played clarinet for a million years, and I did marching band and all that stuff. And the reason I started doing that was really because of my sister. She did it, and so when I was a kid, I was like, yeah, I want to do it too. Then, and I took some piano lessons. I would say that, like, for most of the early part of my life, I was doing a lot of classical stuff. So it was pretty different and it's been interesting for me working on this type of project and this type of music because there's a lot less emphasis on like technical perfection, right? It's like
totally.
just about the feeling and actually you really like want it to be messy and gritty. So I feel like that's been good for me as a person and musician, kind of like trying to approach it from that direction. But what about y'all?
Yeah, I feel like we're lucky in that I get to learn from you some of the technicality stuff, and I am just a fully, sure, that sounds right, I think, type person with music. I started actually playing drums when I was 10, and then eventually switched to guitar because I wanted to write my own stuff as a sad 12-year-old going through something apparently. But been playing ever since. But I learned off of YouTube. I feel like definitely the antithesis of your musical career, Mira, and that I don't know what key anything is in.
Which I really love when we're writing together. I feel like it ends up being just like a really cool combination of energies, and like
Yeah.
I really like writing with Nez. Some of the new songs we've been working on guitar parts for, I feel like it's very cool. So
Yeah, I feel like music for me is sometimes a very direct extension to my feelings in such a special way. I think a lot of musicians can experience that, and it's a treat, really. It's like such a special experience to have, and then cool to be able to share that with other people with different musical backgrounds. So yeah, it feels really really special. But I was actually like not playing guitar for like a few years until Mira was like, "Do you want to be in this band?" And I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. Okay.
Yeah, I started off playing guitar in like, I don't know, 8th grade. I got an acoustic guitar because I wanted to be able to play songs because that was cool, you know.
We're all such posers.
Yeah.
Playing songs is cool. Who
yeah.
doesn't like that?
No, it is cool. I don't think the songs I wanted to play were cool, but, you know. Yeah, but then I found a couple of friends in high school that played electric guitar, and I thought that was super cool. And so I started teaching myself. I bought like the cheapest electric guitar I could find, and then, you know, played a lot with them in high school and a little bit in college, and then kind of like fell off. I didn't really have people that I was playing with, but I don't know. Then at some point I was like, I want to try bass. I should buy a bass. So I bought one, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, started playing it a bit, and then ended up enjoying it a lot. And so now, you know, that the opportunity to be in a band came around, and, you know, the bass player role was open. It worked out. So I'm having a lot of fun.
Nice.
I feel like we would be remiss to not mention that a lot of the pedals the guitarists are using are also made by Jeremiah on the bass as well.
that's true.
Oh, that's
This
very
is
cool.
true.
How'd you get into making pedals?
Honestly, in high school, I built one from a kit, but I'm kind of the type of person that doesn't like to just follow instructions and put something together without understanding it. So that was very frustrating to me. So I spent a lot of time in like senior year of high school just reading websites and some like random textbooks and things like that, trying to figure out how circuits worked. And that actually is what kind of got me into electrical engineering. So that's what I do now for my job. So
That's great.
Yeah.
Wow. And what an incredible asset to have in a band where you can like make your own pedals,
It's
Yeah.
real nice.
find your own
Yes.
sound.
Really good for me.
Yeah.
Shout out Black Box Pedals.
Black box pedals. There we
Yeah.
go. That's
Yep.
awesome.
Adrian, what about you?
6th grade band, mandatory band class in 6th grade. Shout out music teachers. Mr. Wolford was like, yo, we need a drummer. Adrian, get on the drums. And then we played Nirvana, and it was pretty much, that was it. After
And now
that,
you're still here playing Nirvana.
Still here playing Nirvana covers. It's like 20 years later. Yeah, no, and then I convinced my parents to let me put a drum set in the bedroom. Amazing parenting, shout out parents. And have been playing kind of ever since. I took a break in college because I couldn't afford it in New York City. But when my wife and I moved to Seattle, I got a kit and, you know, started playing, started practicing, started jamming with people. And then a year ago, I moved here and I found these guys. So it's been
That's
great.
awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, are there any final words before we put this program to a wrap?
I don't think so. This has been super cool. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Mitch.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't say that Hollow Minds is an Instagram. It's at hollowminds.band, or also a website, hollowmindsband.com. And they have an EP out that's called Kiss Me Goodnight, and they have 3 shows coming up, which you are going to have to remind me exactly when they were again.
Yeah. You want to go?
You want to go?
Oh.
I'm hollow-minded at the moment. I think we have one on Friday.
Yeah, June 12th.
Yes, in
That's in
Petaluma
Petaluma.
at the Phoenix. Ivy Room, July 15th in the East Bay. And then El Rio in SF on July 30th.
Yeah. And so for anyone listening, not only you should come, but you should also say hi to us after. We want to meet you. So
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks so much for being with us, Hollow Minds.
Thank you.
Thank you.